Like TeddyGrey on stuff, Whooshy gives a proper reaction.
And now for something completely different.
Family, back again. My name is TeddyGrey. Today another NF track. Today Wake Up. This is the new list that I'm working off of today. As of today, should I say, I was working off of a different list, but then many people commented and said that I've missed way too much from that list. So this is the other one. It's been adjudicated by many people. So hopefully we can all agree that that's a long enough list to last us until, I think it's April the 7th, is it? I don't know. I think I read that somewhere in the comments. By the way, can I just say, thank you very much for all of the comments from the mansion video. I want to say that first and foremost before I start this reaction, because that reaction took me to quite a, I don't know, it was very difficult because I related so much and I felt like, I don't know, I felt a lot of different things, but the way that I was in that reaction was, I mean, it was even more, it was tenfold whilst I was going through those comments. You guys were so supportive, and I don't know, I don't know how to thank you for that. So I feel like putting that in this introduction is just, you know, some way to thanking you guys, because that genuinely, it shocked me, but it genuinely helped me. I let out something about myself that I wouldn't tell anybody, but you know, I let out something about myself, and you guys were more than supportive, and I genuinely cannot thank you enough. So if you're watching this and you didn't skip past the intro, then thank you. Honestly, thank you so much. It genuinely meant the world to me. So thank you. I read every single comment, and I continue to read them because it's just, I don't know, it's very wholesome. So without further ado, before I have a mental breakdown, let's go. Wake Up. Hopefully this one's a little bit more, I don't know, somber. Although it doesn't sound it.
You spend your life in a dream that you can't escape, 'cause you live your life in a coma, you never awake.
Oh, it's frightening how talented he is with a pen, but now the vocals as well, because this is very soft vocals. Obviously with the piano, these are low chords, so we can tell that this is going to be a very emotional experience right off the bat. Those vocals were ever so soft though. In a coma, you never awake.
'Cause you live your life in a coma, you never awake.
Deep.
If you'd open your eyes, then maybe you'd see what's at stake. You're sleeping. You're sleeping. You make a lot of money and you live in a mansion and pretty much got everything that you could ever imagine. But you feel like even though you got everything in the world, you got nothing.
God damn, I was not ready for that. I wasn't ready for that at all. I thought that this whole track was going to go in that direction with his vocals. I didn't. Okay.
You make a lot of money and you live in a mansion and pretty much got everything that you could ever imagine. But you feel like even though you got everything in the world, you got nothing. So what you do then is you start going backwards. You run in a direction and you looking for something that isn't real. No, you know is that you just gotta have it. What you doing is sleeping and thinking that you're awakening not. And the problem is that you don't know what you're after. So you put everything that you have into what you do, hoping that one day maybe you don't have to feel like you're empty. But as you get older, a lot of weight on your shoulders is getting heavy. Then you look back and you start to regret things. You only get one life, and every time you look into yours, you feel like everything you have is a waste. And the problem and the reason you can never feel a hole in your life is because you were never awake. You spend your life in a dream that you can't escape.
Okay. Okay. You're spending your whole life asleep, meaning you're not there, you know. Who is he talking about? I saw in a lot of the comments, a lot of people were saying that his mother passed from an overdose, and I think that was why he had reference to his mum being on pills in one of his tracks as well. So maybe he's speaking on the situation, like from his mother's point of view. Do you know what I mean? Maybe he's trying to tell her to wake up, or wishing that he could have told her back in time. You know, I don't know. It seems from, like, obviously from the video, it's a little child, so maybe that's him when he was a kid, and now he's rapping. He's sort of saying all the things to her that he wishes he could have said when he was a child. Maybe part of him feels like, I don't know if he'd feel guilty. It'd be unnecessary because it's not his fault as to when he was born, but maybe the fact that he's got all this knowledge about how he could help her now, maybe he feels guilty that he didn't have that knowledge when he was too young to say anything, you know, because even he couldn't process it all in the way that he can now. I don't know. Fire.
And the reason you can never feel a hole in your life is because you were never awake. You spend your life in a dream that you can't escape. Cause you live your life in a coma, you never awake.
Whoa. No. So that bit about the coma and never awake, that's kind of acting like a bridge, and then this being the chorus, just resounding wake up, but it's almost like screamed. The way that was screamed as well, with her like screaming underwater, it sounded like it was coming from deep within, you know. Jesus.
Cause you live your life in a coma, you never awake. But feel like you never got up and go to work, and you feeling like you ain't got a purpose, and you trying to get motivated, but everything you do turns into a mess, like you ain't nothing but worthless. And yo, you look around, a lot of these other people you looking at, to you describe as perfect. So you point a finger at God and tell him to do his job and fix your life up, cause nothing is working. And you would try to hide it and make it seem like it's nothing, but really you feel like everything is crashing around you. And you developed a problem in trusting in other people, which later became an issue that would mentally pound you. You only get one life, but every time you look into yours, you feel like all you ever see are mistakes. And the problem and the reason you can never move forward in life is because you were never awake. Wake up.
So maybe then in the second verse he's talking about himself, because he said maybe the reason why you can never blah 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 is because you were never awake. But he also said something similar in Mansions, you know. He said that it's almost like it's his own fault as to why he can't move forward, he can't progress, is because he's holding himself back. Maybe I was supposed to listen to that before this. I don't know. Obviously I'm trying to take the journey as like a story being told, as opposed to just when the songs were released, I guess. Because the songs release aren't really the way that they're supposed to be put into. I don't know. You know what? I have no idea. I need that whole verse back though. That's all I know.
But feel like you never got up and go to work, and you feeling like you ain't got a purpose, and you trying to get motivated, but everything you do turns into a mess, like you ain't nothing but worthless. And yo, you look around, a lot of these other people you looking at, to you describe as perfect. So you point a finger at God and tell him to do his job and fix your life up, cause nothing is working. And you would try to hide it and make it seem like it's nothing.
I think he must be talking about himself, because he said like you look up to God, and obviously he's a Christian, so he would be looking to God for answers as to why his life is like this, and there's other people whose lives are a lot more seemingly perfect than his, you know.
Really, you feel like everything is crashing around you, and you developed a problem in trusting in other people, which later became an issue that would meant.
When he says that you trust in other people around you, and that became an issue that would mentally, he hasn't said it yet, and I can't remember what he said, would mentally clown you, surround you. I don't know, whatever he said, but with the visuals, like looking up to the cross as he says that, what's it called, the crucifix, as he's looking at the crucifix whilst that's being said, do you think maybe he's like, I don't know, maybe like battled with religion, and, you know, asking himself whether he really, because obviously I imagine keeping the faith is difficult, especially when things are going so bad. I don't know. I don't know enough about him, you know? We're learning as we go along.
Point a finger at God and tell him to do his job and fix your life up, cause nothing is working. And you would try to hide it and make it seem like it's nothing, but really you feel like everything is crashing around you. And you developed a problem in trusting in other people, which later became an issue that would mentally pound you. You only get one life, but every time you look into yours, you feel like all you ever see are mistakes. And the problem and the reason you can never move forward in life is because you were never awake. Wake up. You spend your life in a dream that you can't escape. Cause you live your life
rage.
in a coma, you never awake.
The different vocals now. Jesus. And then maybe the reason for them being old at the end is just to show you how fast life goes past, you know. And if you're monotonously, repetitively doing the same thing day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, the days just go by so fast, and before you know it, you're old and grey, and the period of your life for change and for recompense is gone now. You know? It's a brilliant track for reflection. But I feel like that's the sort of track that I could have related to a lot more, probably when it was created, you know, 6-7 years ago. I could have really related to that a lot more than now, because this track it feels a lot more angry than his other tracks, you know, especially with him shouting "wake up." But he was shouting "wake up," and I thought with him saying "wake up" it would mean like wake up and do something better. But every time it was "wake up," they were smashing things, and obviously that's not a healthy way to deal with your emotions, you know. Being angry is fine, but you can never be that end of the spectrum, you know. There's a fine line. Yeah, I feel like this sort of music would resonate with people who have a lot of anger inside, especially this song. And I suppose without the visuals, it wouldn't really matter who you were directing that sort of energy to. It's just somebody that sort of like held you back. In his case, potentially his mother. And that's why in the end it was like her, and then the camera zoomed in, and then it was him, and then the camera zoomed in, and then it was her again. Showing like she's the reason for his pain, even if he's the reason for hers in her mind. And it just keeps going round and round like that until you're too old to do anything about it, you know. Although I say too old to do anything about it, it might be the case that it's never too late. You never know. I don't know. All I know is that, nah, you know what? I'm not even going there. Might save that for another reaction if it ever comes up. The more you watch about me, the more you'll learn. It's been your boy TeddyGrey Stuff. The next one is coming straight after this. So do enjoy. Deuces.